Okay, making a quick settings video because I had to reset my computer and my settings got reset. I'm actually going to revert my controls because I've already done this and I want to do it in order. But it is 10:28:25, and here's what we've got. I'm currently using DSR to downscale from 2K and using DLSS to upscale to that from quality to to get rid of it as much like hallucinating as possible. The last preset's the most recent, so it's the best. Texture quality, right now I don't have enough, I'm pretty GPU bound, so my textures I keep on medium so that it takes some load off of the CPU, but high is just a little bit too much for my budget. Shadow's always on low. I do these visibility settings. This can get knocked down to 1,000, but I can handle 1,500, so it's fine. Cloud's definitely on low. This has a huge performance impact. Since I use DLSS, there's no anti-aliasing or FSR resampling. Then HBAO SSR has a small performance impact. I'm going to keep it off just to keep a few more frames because it's GPU bound, but recommended setting normally is low. HBAO is off for max performance. Anisotropic this should be off. It honestly makes visibility harder in dark places sometimes. I use low latency, default sharpness, everything else. Turn off all of this and turn on lower texture resolution mode, which just means on street. So we go for, it literally just selects the low texture quality preset for Streets of Tarkov. But if you have a lot of VRAM, then it's worth unchecking that sometimes. Now for controls, the main bit here. I'll try and get this right on the first try. First thing, just to adjust the bottom sliders, I use sensitivity of 0.43, but when you ADS, the FOV decreases a little bit, so I have a little difference, so it increases and has a more consistent feel, and this is about where I found the sweet spot. And also, before I actually get into that, I also want to zoom through the main settings real quick. Main things, quick slots are broken for me if I don't always show it, but they're still broken if I always show, but it's just less broken. I put everything on auto hide. Polychrome shows you your health condition more clearly. Yeah, everything. This priority window is important for control clicking. I use it auto. Manual kind of sucks. You have to click a lot more in order to quick move stuff. Continuous medkit healing is super important to have on. It lets you do a lot of really quick healing. That's currently broken using the manual select menu, so that's the only way to actually get that. And then now through the settings, these all look fine. Continuous lean, walk on press, caps. Sprint should be on continuous shift. Jump should be on press because I use a control space for vaulting, which will be continuous, so that just means I have to hold down control to vault. Crouch on C release, that's good. Prone on X press, that's good. Side steps are fine. Blind fire is fine. Walk poses are fine. Shoulder transition, I free up my mouse buttons so I can use so that they're all like scope controls and tactical device controls, and also free look. So I put shoulder transition. Right now it's on left shift Z. I don't do this a lot because right hand peaks are just way better in general, but sometimes I do it if I'm sniping or something, or need to slow peek an angle from the left, and this helps out a little bit. It's accessible, but it's not in the way. And then this is pretty important because I use because changing your scope zoom uses the scroll wheel. If you have something set to scroll wheel with no additional key, it'll also change your walk speed when you zoom in, which makes peeking, it pretty much means you can't zoom in and out of your scope while you peek, or else you'll, especially if you zoom out of your scope, or else you'll pretty much stand still. So for next and previous, I add control to make it so I can freely use my scope and not have to worry about my walk my walk speed. But this also affects healing and not mag selection, but grenade selection. You have to hold down control, I believe. So that's an important thing to remember. Mount weapon I put on M. I use V as my melee key. Press is fine. Fire, left mouse, aim, we want to put on continuous for sure. Then as far as my reloads go, it needs to be on release, so you can actually hold R and select with next magazine, previous magazine. But at the same time, we don't want this double click, because the double click is going to delay the release action by this timeout amount. So we don't want double clicks for time sensitive stuff. So emergency reload, I add control. And that's a common thing that I'll do, is I'll put control on something that I want to happen faster, or in place of the double click. But I put this on press because when I quick or emergency reload, I don't need to select the reload, so I want it to come out as fast as possible. That's good. B for fire mode and all that, that's fine. Double click B, that's fine. It's not time sensitive. Check fire mode is fine. Magazines are fine. Detach mag. This is a weird one, because if you have it on left alt R, the R takes priority and you can't do it pretty much. So I put this on, I believe, alt or control B. That is what I believe I put it on. And it's rarely used, but it can be useful, so I keep it on. But check ammo is fine. This check chamber fix malfunction is an interesting one, because when you have a malfunction, you need to inspect it first, and it doesn't let you check the chamber. So what you want is for the same key to pretty much handle the whole malfunction, because right now inspect is on like L, and it sucks to put inspect close to your hand. So what you can do is, in the case of a malfunction, this isn't going to get procced anyways, and this is on press. So we put inspect on release for control T as well, and that cleared it on accident, but we'll just put this down on press. That's because I didn't change the mode first. Is this right? Yeah. Oh, and it cleared this. So there we go. We have inspect on left shift T release, and check chamber on left shift T press. I keep it on L as well, so that way I can actually do it when I don't have a malfunction. But this will pretty much just let me spam left shift T in order to fix a malfunction, so I don't have to press L. And it happens a lot during fights, so it's really important. Unload chamber, I do control T, because control R is what it was set to before, and that's now taken by emergency reload. So T is like generally mag stuff, except for control B, which takes out your mag. The B is fire rate, or like fire mode selection, and T is also no longer tactical. It's all bound to the magazines. So then switch sight, that is good. I'm just making sure everything makes sense. Yeah, so you just hold control to zoom into a different sight, and then change scope magnification. This one is the one that clicks your scope magnification. So I put this on mouse 3, because I use this a ton. Then elevation, this is for zeroing distance. I put those on the less than and greater than signs, just so they're closer. Scope zoom in, zoom out. This is important because left alt has a lot of conflicts with your movement keys. And if you have to hold left alt to zoom in and out of your scope, it means that you can't like zoom in and out of your scope while like moving and peeking, which really sucks. So I keep it on left alt, so that way, like if I'm standing still or someone's nearby, I can adjust my scope without making a sound. But most of the time I do make a sound by scoping in, and every time I'm scoped in, I can adjust the scope freely with right mouse plus the scroll wheel, and it's having two ways to do this is really nice, and it feels much more natural that way. But L is the stock, that's fine. Bipod is sort of a weapon mounting thing, and I use V for melee, so I do control M to toggle the bipod. You rarely use that. These are fine. Melee weapon, this is melee weapon equip. There's also melee weapon attack. See, it's on a double click, so it comes out a little slower. Melee weapons are really only useful for like breaking windows really quickly without like shooting a bullet, to save bullets in your gun or not have the ricochet sound go further than you want. But it's it's good to use and you want it to come out quick. So I put both of these on V, but this one I put on V press, while melee equip I put on control V press. That way both of these come out quick. It doesn't wait for the double click timeout. And V, which is my default, is just to quickly melee attack and pull out my gun as quick as possible, which is exactly what you want, unless you're really intentionally pulling out your melee. So then sidearm, the double click is going to make it take longer to pull out your sidearm. So I do left alt 1. If you don't have your sidearm on 1, I'd put it on control plus the sidearm key. Just one of those to augment like how quickly you want to pull out your sidearm. This sucks because it like uses a shit ton of stamina, but when you need it, you need it. So I put it on press left alt 1, and that works out pretty fine. Gradate on G is fine. I'm used to that. Then all of these are a little weird. I use my tilde key for push to talk. A lot of people use it to bind to a quick slot for like painkillers or something that's really time sensitive. But I put my push to talk on that and my enable VoIP on colon. Then toggle tactical. These are really important. That and not tactical device activation. That in tactical device mode. Where's that? Switch tactical device mode. Instead of T, I put it on mouse 4 to toggle, and then control mouse 4 to change the mode, just like it was set before on T. And then helmets on H, that's fine. It's on release as well, because I think you can select a tactical or something. I'm not exactly sure. But TB, that's an interesting one. It's useful, and it's I like this keybind for it. Mouse wheel down is a for sure good free look. You use it constantly. Check time is not useful at all. It should be unbound, because you have check time and exits. And why would you put that on a double click? Just put it on a press. It'll unbind that, because you never want to check time without checking exits. So it's 0 on down. We have interact. Discard, you use a ton. I put it on Z. It is like super commonly used. And drop backpack, since you're pretty much always, well, you are always out of UI when you do this. I do it on control Z. And I do it on press as well, so it comes out quick. You don't have to enter your inventory to drop your backpack. It's nice. And keep in mind, I also have Shift Z to change my shoulder transition. So I do have to be a little careful, though I've never accidentally dropped my bag when I was trying to shoulder transition, so it's fine. Hold breath should for sure be on continuous. Phrase menu, all that stuff is fine. Inventory on tab is good. All of these slots are fine on release. You need them on release so you can select med items. And then, although now I'm thinking I might experiment with those on continuous. That might fix this bug that I've been having. I put console on /, and then I put these on brackets, because they're super annoying when I'm typing stuff out for like tags. I don't know why console's on release. That's kind of weird. But yeah, that's it. That's good, except for scope zoom adjustment sensitivity needs to go all the way up. It's very important. And then that's my settings. And then I'll do a quick overview of all of them. There's 1, 2, 3. There we go. These are all fine. I use no post effects, and that's it. This is important as well. Physical cores. Another thing is FOV. For arena, the higher FOVs are kind of fucked. So make sure this is not past 75. A lot of people do 59 because it's 90 degrees, or a little bit higher. 65 is common, but I like to keep it all the way up. The accuracy issues isn't that high, but there's some people have experienced stuttering and stuff at high FOVs, so I'm not exactly sure where that should be, but I like it as high as it can be just for the peripheral vision, because it's super important for me. And then head bobbing absolutely all the way down, and that's it. All the settings.